And I stand here as a former member of the Pennsylvania General Assembly to declare that there is no moral or constitutional authority for federal judges to declare marriage to be anything other than between a man and a woman, or to say that it should be, quote, discarded into the ash heap of history, end quote, as our recent federal judge so declared about our state DOMA law. I stand here as the head of the American Pastors Network to declare that it is the conviction of the pastors of America who believe in moral truth and the authority of God's Word that we must oppose this current assault on the family and marriage because God does. While our opposition is unwavering to the redefining of marriage by judges who violate their constitutional oath and the 10th Amendment by overruling state-passed statutes and constitutional amendments, our support is even stronger in the defense of God's definition of marriage and the right of the individual states to determine such matters. My conviction and that of God-fearing pastors and citizens across this nation is not driven by selfish pursuits or short-term interests, and it doesn't hinge on tradition or personal preference. Our conviction rests in our love for God, His creation of the sacredness of life, and His establishment of the family in which He brought together man and woman for the purpose of producing more life in a continuing picture of His loving, redemptive plan for mankind. Our conviction recognizes that this moral truth is as unchanging as God Himself and as unchanging as His promise to bless the nation who upholds His laws. And for any national leader to redefine the truth is to spurn His blessings and to invite God's judgment. The silence of the pulpits of America have gone long enough. Laws that bless the murder of the unborn, and now arrogance in seeking to rewrite God's eternal law on marriage and family are destroying the very fabric of our nation. Out of obedience to God and love for our children and grandchildren yet unborn, we assure you that in the pulpits, we will preach the truth. In our families, with renewed energy, we will encourage the demonstration of the truth. And as long as we have breath, we will increasingly speak out against the tyranny of those in government who forsake the truth. But there's more. We're driven by our love of freedom and our understanding of the foundation of government of William Penn's holy experiment that he modeled in our state of Pennsylvania. As Penn carefully warned, this holy experiment of self-government, these United States, could only survive as citizens submitted themselves under the 10 Commandments of God and elected to office those people of character and integrity who also governed under the fear of God. As long as Penn's warning was heeded, our nation has been blessed. But no nation, including the United States of America, that turns its back on God can long endure. The commitment and example of those before us cries out to us now that truth does not change. God's commands and His promises do not change. And His warning to remove His blessing from our nation if we turn our back on Him does not change. When we deny the sacredness and the truth of the most basic institution of marriage and family as God has designed them, we deny the very humanity and sacredness of life itself. So, may we be all unswerving in our defense of truth. May we all be uncompromising in our defense and support of the family and marriage as God has defined it. For in reality, our freedom and the future of our nation that we love so much depends on whether or not we stand for truth. Thank you, and God bless you.